Oh, we shouldn't shame people for how they voted. Shut the fuck up! Yes, I am shaming you. I don't care. I don't care anymore. You need to be shamed publicly. And if the posts that I post make you feel a certain type of way, feel shamed.
Oh my God, there was a plane crash in Washington, D.C. 67 people involved. That's terrible. That's awful. I couldn't imagine how the families of the victims are feeling right now. The pilots were gay. They had brain damage. Obama. Maybe Biden was involved.
I hope that every single one of you who voted for that man and celebrated his win learn your lesson the hard way. I hope that in the next 4 years, you wake the hell up. I hope you realize that he doesn't care about you, he never cared about you, and he will never care about you. And I hope for once in your life, instead of worrying about yourself and your self-interests, you learn to care about others and the impact that this is going to have on everybody, which will inevitably have an impact on you.
So to those who think being a DEI hire means that the person is unqualified, let me tell y'all a story. So one time I actually got a promotion because I was a black dude. And of course they don't never tell you this, but I'm not an idiot and I figured it out. So they called me in the office, they gave me the promotion or whatever. I was happy, called my family, told people, that kind of thing. And then like a couple of days later, the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, they came into this business interviewing people. And they pulled me aside and they asked me one question. They asked me what my position was at the company. I told them I was a this, but now I just got promoted to a this. And when I told them that, they packed up their stuff and they left. Now at this company, there was probably about 80 people that worked there. And of the 80 people that worked there, there were 2 people with a college degree. There was one of my bosses, who actually is a close friend to this day, and me. So I was given this promotion, and the part of the job that I was in control of became extremely efficient. So efficient, in fact, that my team ended up getting raises after like a couple of months. Because of the policies that I implemented, labor cost was way, way down. The cost of products being destroyed was way, way down. It also was way cleaner than what it was before. But to this day, I am convinced the only reason I was given that promotion is because they knew the EEOC was coming and they had to do something. Now, at the time, I didn't know that, but after digging into it a little bit, I figured it out. But y'all think that being DEI means you're not qualified. It means there is a better person for the job, but they only gave it to you because you're a black guy or whatever group that you're in. What you're not understanding is sometimes you should get that opportunity, but they don't because you are in one of those groups. And DEI means they're not allowed to discriminate because you're in one of those groups. When I got my promotion, that's something I should have got way, way sooner, and there was not a better person for that job than me. Y'all get this vision in your head that companies are hiring somebody way, 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 way worse because they fit in one of these minority groups. And what it actually means is now these companies can't throw away an application because the lady's name is Shaniqua or the guy's name is Jose. These minorities are not underachieving and suddenly they're getting all these achievements and bonuses, raises and stuff. It simply doesn't work that way. In general, there aren't minorities out there that feel like they're deserving of things they have not worked for or earned. So please don't be brainwashed by the idea that DEI means not as qualified. Because all it means is you can't ignore me because I'm not the color as most of the people in the country.
Oh, so you're okay with them doing it, but not when he does it? Only because they didn't do it? Yes, they did. Have you seen the video clips those still images are from? No? Shall we watch them? No thanks. Oh, look, he's waving. And she's pointing. Never crossed her body with her arm. Oh, look, she's waving. Okay, but the Tim Waltz clip, you can't deny that. Yeah, I'll play this game. Let's first take a look at how the salute is done. Why? So we're on the same page. It's performed by extending the right arm from the shoulder into the air with a straightened hand. Yeah, exactly what Tim did. Let's watch the clip. So he taps his heart twice and then his arm does cross his body, but his hand is bent, his palm facing the audience, and his fingers are sprawled out in a wave. Wow, so he didn't do it just because you like him more? I am not a politician apologist. I do not idolize any of them. I am just a person with eyes who can clearly see the difference here. All I'm hearing is you excusing them for doing it while you cancel him for doing it. And all I'm hearing is you admitting that he did it. No, I'm not. You just said that I'm canceling him for doing it while excusing others, which implies that you know that he did it. No, that's not. He was just throwing his heart out there. No, this is him throwing his heart out there. This is something entirely different. And you know it.
If you're MAGA, you're just going to need to move on. I'm telling you, you are just too slow to understand what I'm about to say. But here it goes. DeepSeek. Oh my gosh. When that happened today, that was so finger-licking good to see Donald J. Trump exposed on the world stage for who he really is. As a grifter, as a con man. And China just said, oh yeah? Oh yeah, you're going to spend $500 billion on OpenAI? Well, look at this. We spent $5 million on this, and we've had it out for a year. And it's way better than ChatGPT because we're going to shut it down right now. $500 billion. You know what that proves? That Silicon Valley is full of crap when it comes to funding. They needed $500 billion to do something that China did with $5 million. Now, let me ask you, what do you think they're going to do with the rest of that money? Where does the rest of that money go? So for all of you MAGA experts, which I know you're not here because you don't understand this, who think, hey, Doge saved us so much money today, billions of dollars. And then you find out they're putting $500 billion into OpenAI when somebody else on the planet did it a year ago for $5 million. It seems to me that might be a little big margin there, don't you think? Or, hey, Bob, what do we need to cover costs for the month? Oh, we need about $30,000. Okay, great. I'll go to the government. Yeah, can we get $300 million?
Someone say they agree with Donald Trump rolling back all DEI efforts. Ask them what it stands for. Say, what does DEI stand for? I had this exact conversation just a few days ago with someone, and they were going on and on about how much they hate DEI and how, you know, someone in their industry, a woman, has a much higher up position than this particular person did, and it was a DEI hire and all this other stuff. I said, what does DEI stand for? I don't know. You don't know what DEI stands for, but you're about it? DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Inclusion. Oh my God. Horrible. Horrible inclusion. A little inclusion. Horrible. What we teach our fucking kids. Horrible stuff. Horrible stuff. All you God-loving people. God forbid we teach inclusion. But seriously though, say, what does it mean? What does it stand for? Because they don't even fucking know. And you know what it stands for? It stands for white Christian straight men being terrified that people are more qualified than them, and they're actually going to have to work harder to now get the jobs. They're going to have to work harder to prove that they deserve the job. You know what this person who was complaining about this woman being a DEI hire missed the entire point? She's way more qualified. Way more qualified. That's why she got the job. Not because she's a woman, because she's way more qualified than you small fucking white man. That's why. That's why, you dumbasses. Guys, just do a Google. Just learn what DEI stands for before we start complaining about it. And then also just try harder. Work harder. White men don't deserve everything. White, straight, Christian men don't just deserve everything. They don't.
I'm so surprised how many people didn't know that with the DEI rollbacks, that meant that, like, there would also be rollbacks for specifically women. I don't know what y'all thought. What, you thought, first of all, you thought these men respected us? What, just because, like, oh, just because you're, like, a white woman? And I get, like, I'm a white woman, right? But, like, most political progress for women has come at the hands of women of color. Not to say that there haven't been prominent white women, but, like, when they're talking about, like, diversity in the workforce, they're talking about you. And now they're talking about, like, getting rid of things like Black History Month and Women's History Month. All the white women are suddenly like, what? This applies to us? I don't know if you know this, but they view you as someone they can oppress. It's like, I don't know why we're surprised. This also means that, like, it opens the door for them to allow for things like for you to be fired if you're pregnant, for them to take away more things like maternity leave and stuff like that. Y'all need to stop associating DEI with just black people or other people of color.
So not only did China just kick our ass with the release of the AI technology, DeepSeek, right? But now they've responded to Trump's tariffs. And what have they done? They've reduced the amount of American imports into China by 600%. $690 billion. That's right, $690 billion. And now they're just simply sourcing those imports from other countries, most notably BRICS countries. You might want to look that up if you don't know what it is, right? Like, this is not going to end well, man. He's thrown 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and he's constantly on the news saying, we don't need anything from them. We don't need anything from them. Really? Do you have any idea the amount of stuff we get from Canada, the amount of stuff we get from Mexico, the amount of stuff we get from China, and how long it would take us to establish production warehouses in the United States to get that same stuff? Do you have any idea of that? No, you don't, because you're stupid. Dude, these countries are going to decimate America under Trump. So you can keep calling him daddy all you want. If that makes you feel good, Daddy Trump, right? But he's going to continue to ruin America, and he's going to do it with your permission because you're stupid.
President Trump did not betray you. You betrayed yourself. You lied to yourself to justify your decision to vote for a madman. And you didn't care about the things he said he would do, because you figured that would only hurt other people. But now that it's hurting you, you see the problem with it. But you was perfectly fine with him hurting other people. Anyway, it makes sense that they would want to erase Black and Native American history, because we're a constant stain on them, aren't we? A constant reminder that nothing they got here was earned. Everything they got was off the backs of others. Not only did they occupy the land that belonged to someone else, they didn't even do the work to build this bitch. And that's why they want to erase us. But you can never erase our history. Our history is global, baby. It goes beyond these states. And we will prevail as always. But those of you who voted for this shit and it backfired, I keep telling you, you reap what you sow. And what you wish for others is going to come right back on your ass. F around, find out. Enjoy.
This is to the 2 million federal employees Trump wants to see either bow down or disappear. He doesn't have the authority to fire you. He doesn't have the authority to buy you out. And he does not have the authority to command your loyalty, because those are not powers given to the president. So he's asking you to do it for him. Because just like on the spending freeze, he's poking around for easy wins, because difficult wins require him to do his actual job. And that's something he just can't do, because he doesn't understand his own job, just like he doesn't understand you, what you do, who you work for, or why you show up for work. He doesn't understand the selflessness required to be a civil servant. And he doesn't understand serving a cause greater than himself. He doesn't understand the dams you operate, the power grids you inspect, or the foods you help keep safe. He doesn't understand the beauty that national parks protect, and he doesn't understand the communities and the people you serve. He doesn't understand what you do for this country, and he can't understand why you do it. Because at his most fundamental level, Trump is a broken, failed man full of resentment. He pities himself for being born without the gene required to feel empathy or understand sacrifice. How a person could work without ego, lavish privilege, recognition, or praise. So he's lashing out like a cornered dog bound by the chains of checks and balances. You should not let him fool you, because he does not understand his own limitations, and he won't understand it when you tell him he doesn't deserve your resignation and he doesn't deserve your loyalty, but you'll work through him and past him all the same.
I just want to say, with my entire chest and 10 toes down on my shitty broken tile classroom floor, that it will be a cold, no, frozen day in hell before someone from ICE comes in my classroom to remove a student that they suspect is undocumented first, because I have no undocumented students. What are you talking about? Second, even if I did, 1982 Plyer versus Doe says that it does not matter. Everyone is entitled to a fair and a free, appropriate education. And that's what I'm here to do. I am so sorry I can't come to my door right now. We're learning. We're doing class stuff. You're going to have to come back later. And by later, I mean never, because there are hills that I will die on, and this is one. This is one. I will sleep so well in my prison cell knowing that no one is taking one of my kids out of my classroom. There's one person who's allowed to bully those children, and it's me. It's me. So the government, don't bother coming in. I'm the biggest bully in my classroom. Thank you so much for this public service announcement.
The real F around and find out moment is here. A lot of people are looking at the Black community thinking that we are the recipients and benefactors of DEI programs and affirmative action programs. And I know affirmative action is no longer, but whenever they hear the term DEI or they hear the term affirmative action, they look to the Black community thinking that we are the benefactor. Now, here's some information for you. The number one recipient of DEI are white women. That is according to the U.S. Department of Labor. And others fall under that group, under the minority group, the ethnic minority. Number one recipient under that group are Latino and Hispanic Americans. Number two are Asian Americans. Number three.
I've been pretty outspoken on this, but I think I need to make one 15-second video about it so that people really know. Donald Trump shits his pants every day, multiple times a day. Every day. Look it up.
If no one's gonna say it, I'll fucking say it. If it takes you being personally affected by what is going on in this country, if it takes you, a white person, I can assume, if it takes you being personally affected by what's going on in the country right now to start paying attention, I'm sorry, but we're not the same. I'm sorry. We do not share the same morals. We do not share empathy. And we do not share a table. You do not get my ear, my eyes, or my motherfucking attention. If it takes you being personally affected to give a shit that families are being ripped apart, that trans people are being denied existence, that equal rights initiatives are being taken away, if it takes you being personally affected and your gas price is going up and your egg price is going up and now you're mad, hi, welcome to the conversation, but we are not the same. Let's just draw that line in the sand really quick. You and me, not the same, not friends, not peers, not equals. Welcome to the revolution, but back of the line, bitch. I'll say it.
I'm fully convinced that Donald Trump could hold a public fucking circle jerk and film it and put it on national fucking television while shitting on an American flag. Televise it to everybody. And then the following day get on fucking TV and be like, that didn't happen. And his followers would literally eat it the fuck up.
I just watched a video of somebody saying that they voted for Trump. They already regret it. They didn't know it was going to be this bad. And I'm sitting here going, I'm glad you're here now. I'm glad you've made it. But I'm gonna need a minute, okay? Because I need to see some very serious work being done. Because what do you mean you didn't see this coming? What do you mean you didn't know it was gonna be this bad? You didn't have to listen to us. You just had to listen to him. He said it. He's doing all of the things he said he was gonna do. And this person said that we are looking forward to voting blue in 2026 and help ushering in the blue wave. To usher in the blue wave. I'm glad that finally those two little brain cells of yours rubbed together for the first time and started to spark. But you understand, this isn't well, we just gotta buckle up for a couple of years. I don't know if there's gonna be anything to buckle up to. We are going to hell in a handbasket at 100 miles per hour, and we are going so fast, we're not stopping for gas because, hey, spoiler alert, we're about to not be able to afford that. We're not stopping for food because we won't be able to afford that either. And we're going so fast that all of our human rights are just whizzing by us like freaking blurs. For all of you who are finally seeing the light, which I'm glad, I need to see choices being made by you now. I need to see amends and accountability like we have never seen before. So I'm glad you're here, but I'm gonna need to see some hustle. And I know that this might not be my most progressive or community building take. I will fight for you, I will help you, but I don't want to speak to you for a while. I will make sure you have food and water, but you are gonna go sit on the other side of the room. I'm gonna need a minute.
Trump supporters genuinely remind me of people like in covert abusive relationships. Like, yeah, he's a felon and he was convicted of sexual assault, but he would never do that to me. He told me he's gonna fix all my problems because all the other people in my life are making my problems worse. So I don't talk to everyone else in my life anymore because they're the reasons why I'm suffering. And he promised me like so much money. And like, yeah, his friends are like assholes, but he's not like that. Like, yeah, he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, but he's not like that. And yeah, he said Diddy was a really good guy, but I don't think he really means that. Like, he's gonna fix my problems, but first I have to give him all this money for him to fix my problems in the first place. And like, yeah, he lives with me rent-free, and he has like 3 different baby mamas. But I don't judge. I could go on, but you get the gist. And like, no hate to people in abusive relationships at all, like they are complete victims. But like, I notice a lot of similarities between Trump supporters and victims of abusive relationships. This doesn't excuse any of their actions though. A lot of them can be very hateful, but looking at it like this, I think makes it easier for me to understand why they are the way that they are.
And thank God Trump's in office so we can finally get rid of all these ridiculous, wasteful DEI programs that are honestly really unfair.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm pumped about it. Let's cut that. Go Trump.
Yeah, wait, what? I'm pumped about all the DEI going away. I mean, DEI has been messing with our voting system for like just under 250 years, so I'm absolutely thrilled to see it go away. Our voting system, what are you talking about? Where did I lose you? There's no DEI in the voting system. Yeah, man, the Electoral College. The Electoral College, like, it's pure DEI for red states. Oh, you're just doing that thing that you stupid little baby little lefties do. It's not, the Electoral College is not DEI. Okay, but how is it not? The Electoral College is what makes it fair. Why should Idaho have to go along with everything that like New York wants? All right, so you're saying you want to take a historically underrepresented population that otherwise would get totally lost in the shuffle and really never be represented at all, and give their inclusion a little bit more weight so we can make sure that they're represented? Exactly. But that's not DEI. Why is it not DEI? Because DEI is... I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Hi, America. Canada here. We're your neighbors. We still love you guys. I hope you guys still like us too. Check yes or no in the box if you still want to be our friends. It's just rich people trying to get richer and being greedy. As citizens, we just need to fucking pull through, do the best we can, and realize that it's just money trying to make more money. We need to continue to be good people and look after our own. And we fucking love you, eh? So stop getting your knickers in a knot. Tell the Cheeto Prince to settle. We'll get JT to fucking unbind whatever the fuck he's got bound the fuck up. And we can get along. But we fucking love you, eh? Let's go, America. Let's go, Canada. We can do this. Stop being this way.
Being dumb must be so cool. Like, being dumb must be so cool. Like, they're really having the best time. Like, that's the happiest people. Just walking around so unaware of yourself, so unaware of other people, so unaware of everything going on all the time. Just blissfully navigating life. Like, that sounds sick. Just imagine being able to be like, oh, I never thought about it that way. Like, the amount of times I say the most basic, what I think to be common sense, like baseline logic thinking, and people being like, I never thought about it that way. And it's like, no, you just never thought about it at all. And I'm actually jealous of you. I'm actually jealous of you. Like, that must be so nice. It must be so nice not to be pained by knowledge. Like, to know is to suffer, truly. Truly, like, once you're in it, there's no escaping it. You can't unknow things. Hey, can I go unread books? I would love to go unread some books. Like, the world must be so sick for dumb people.